Hi, Twin Flames, and welcome to your Mars and Venus tarot reading. This reading is going to cover the time frame of mid-May all the way through the end of June, and for some of you, this is going to go into July, just because of all the astrology that we have taking place. Right now is a very powerful time of transformation for Twin Flames because we have Venus getting ready to go retrograde in Gemini, and she will do that on the 13th. And then Mars is entering Pisces on the 13th as well. So Mars and Venus, divine feminine, divine masculine, are having a bit of different journeys right now. Divine feminine, with Venus going retro in Gemini, is going to come into some really deep insights and think about all that she has been through, and all of those experiences are now turning into wisdom in regards to her twin flame. And the divine masculine is entering the house of Pisces, so it's time to get very in tune with his soul, his dreams, and the two of you are going to be meeting quite often in the astral plane throughout May, June, into July. Whether or not you are in union or you're separated, there's going to be a lot of meeting in the astral plane. And that's because you guys are in major soul transition right now with the switching astrology. But it's not just Mars and Venus that is going to be impacting this twin flame energy. We also have a new moon in Cancer, which is a lunar eclipse on June 21st. And the eclipse is major shifts, shakeups, realizations, things shifting in, things shifting out. And this is taking place in both you and, your twin flame. And the thing is, Venus is retrograde until June 25th, and Mars is in Pisces until June 27th, when Mars returns home to his house. And Venus has already been through the house of Aries and did her home return in Taurus. And when she was in Aries, she left little gifts for Mars for him to find when he returns back to his home base. And so divine masculine is going through the dream world, and that's why we're going to be having a lot of conversation and communication on the astral. And with divine feminine being in Gemini, that's air energy, that's connection to the higher realms, that's channeling. So divine feminine very in tune with the spirit realm, and divine masculine getting very in tune with his spiritual self, with his soul, the calling of his soul, the leading of his soul, the blueprint of his soul, especially in regards to his divine feminine. And then we have Mercury going retrograde on June 18th and will be retrograde until July 12th. So that's why some of you, this will go out to about mid-July. So mid-May through mid-July, 2 months of this shifting energy astrologically. And, with retrogrades, that always brings back unfinished business. So between May 15th and July 15th, those of you in separation, there could be communication in the physical. There could be a reconciliation in the physical, okay? And those of you in union, this is where we're going to have some really deep heart-to-heart conversations. And you both are in a bit of reassessment, thinking about where you've been, your travels, but it's in different ways. Divine feminine, again, being Gemini, she's less in her heart space and more in the mental body, really analyzing, and she's coming in to profound enlightenment and understanding. And I'm telling you, all her experience is now transforming into wisdom, and she's becoming very strong and independent, and she's slowing down and retrograding through Gemini to wait for her masculine to catch up to her once again, okay? And divine masculine coming into that house of Pisces, really getting in tune with inner self, desires, dreams, life path, destiny, and the way Divine Masculine is reassessing his experiences is through the soul rather than through the mental body. So it's a different experience for Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine, but you guys are meeting in the astral plane. So write down the dreams that you have. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. It's now time for you to come into deep understanding about your journey with this twin flame, and every up and down, what it's meant to trigger within you to facilitate growth, expansion, evolution. Your twin flame will be your greatest teacher throughout this life journey, and for that it could mean having some really high highs and going through some really low lows. So let's pull some cards and look at this Mars and Venus energy, this retrograde energy, and how that's going to manifest in the physical, because I know you guys are meeting in the astral plane every night. And you guys, I feel, are communing with other souls as well, because even though for you, your connection with your twin flame is very romantic, you guys have a lot more work and evolution that you do that has nothing to do with your romantic ties. All right, so we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So through May, June, and half of July, you guys are really picking up on each other's energy. And then Neptune's going to go retrograde, and Saturn's going to go retrograde. Okay, we are moving into retrograde season, which is May, June, and July, and that's going to impact you guys as much as everybody else. But for the sake of this reading, we're mainly focusing on the movement of Mars and Venus. And so with that, Mars being the only one direct here through these next few months, that's just like Mars is having their spiritual batteries recharged, because after Pisces at the end of June, Mars is moving in to his home, that first house, rediscovering who he is, making changes, breaking patterns, almost like a metamorphosis from the old version of Divine Masculine transforming into the new version of Divine Masculine. And Divine Feminine has already gone through that, and again now she's slowing down, she's stopping, she's reassessing. Unrequited love, there's not enough attraction and chemistry to keep this relationship going. I mean, here is the highs and the lows, because you don't have chemistry and unrequited love. Like, that's just a complete opposite message. So there is a lot of shifting and changing, and now we have let your friends help. So there's a lot of confusion that's been swirling through your heart, through your mind about your twin flame, the connection, the union, what it's really all about, what it really means. Is that even really true for me? There's been a lot of questions going through your head, going through your mind. And now with the shifting of energy, you're going to understand, and you're going to realize that your journey with your twin flame is not so cut and dry as, other romances and all the terms out there, ghosting, gaslighting, breadcrumbing, all of it. It doesn't apply in the same sense to twin flame journey as it would to a karmic or a soulmate, trying to help evolve and grow you into different life lessons. When it's with the twin flame, this goes much deeper than other relationships. Okay, pretty much any other relationship you will have, this life journey, it cuts deeper, you feel it deeper. And the purpose for that is it facilitates incredible and accelerated soul evolution. And you both signed up for that. It's not just you that receives that. Your twin flame also receives that. And there has been a lot of confusion in one of your hearts here about, is this where I belong? or, you know, is this just like a fleeting thing? Because the connection, the attraction towards each other is incredibly intense and strong. And so there may be a question, is this just a physical connection and attraction? No, it's much more than that. It goes much deeper than that. But with unrequited love, one of you isn't fully ready vibrationally, isn't fully solid, standing on their own 2 feet. This could be financially, this could be emotionally, mentally. You know, with this, it's just one of you isn't not as evolved as the other, which creates a distortion and an incompatibility for a romantic union. Or if you are in union, you guys have really gone through some back and forth, up and down, like in love, in love, not feeling in love. But the reason why you have not parted is the connection runs too deep. And for those of you who are in separation, the reason why you cannot escape this, and sometimes you almost feel haunted, is again because the connection runs really, really deep. And, you know, through these next couple months, with Let Your Friends Help, there you need to open your heart and your mind to the information and advice that others are going to be bringing your way. It's really going to help activate this transformation of all of your experiences, transforming into wisdom and soul evolution. So there's different people that are going to say things to you over the course of the next 2 months that are really going to help make the puzzle pieces fit, make sense of everything and your journey, and see your twin flame journey not from the 3D perspective, but from the soul perspective, through the third eye. And in that space, the heartache, the pain, the fighting, the arguing, the distortion of energies, it's present, it's there, but there's a higher arcing understanding of what this is truly all about. And it goes far beyond the humanizing of love, of romance. It's just much deeper than that. And Divine Feminine is really being taken to that place in the mental body. Divine Masculine being taken to that place in the spiritual body, in the soul, okay? It's a different work, and you require different work, you know, to balance certain things out, to round out your energies. But this here could be different tarot readers, this could be friends, this could be family, this could just be a stranger you have a random conversation with. I'll tell you, for myself personally, it was not about love, but there's just something I have kept saying to myself, a little phrase over and over. And then, you know, out of nowhere in my YouTube recommended is some tarot reader that I had never even heard of before. And the title of the video for Pisces was that exact quote that I had been telling myself for the last several weeks. And so I was like, okay, that's a sign. I'm going to listen to that. And it was like that reading was just for me. So I understand when you're getting this general reading, when it's like just speaking to your soul, Spirit can speak to you through any outlet and will give you those bits of information as you're ready to receive them. So pay attention to those signs and synchronicities that are really strong like that. Okay, because you're receiving information. And also part of this profound awakening and insight of this connection with your twin flame comes from the meeting that you're having in the astral, okay, each night when you sleep. And I would say through May, June, and probably half of July, you're just, if you're in separation, you're just going to feel their energy all over you, and they're going to feel your energy all over them. And it's just part of the soul cycle where you guys are at in that process, okay? Whether you are in separation or you're in union, these energies are the same, but they will play out differently for each of you, obviously. So let's pull some more cards. Look at that. Soul consciousness. Yeah, that's where you guys are really communicating and connecting right now. And so if you wake up and you just like, you feel as though if you're in separation and you wake up and you feel like you were just with your twin flame, like no moment has passed since you saw them last, and feel that like letdown of, oh, here I am, I'm awake, and they're not with me. It's because they're with you in the dreams, in your dreams, whether you remember the dreams or not. You guys are really communicating at the soul these next few months. And now we have sacrifice. And this is a lessons over there. So we're finally coming into the understanding of this journey with our twin flame and what it really means and why the back and forth and the hot and the cold. And if you really loved me, you could never, or you would have XYZ. All of that's going to become very irrelevant as divine feminine travels, you know, through the mental realms, and divine masculine is traveling through the spirit realms, okay? Because divine feminine is that air energy right now, and divine masculine is that water energy of Pisces, which is very hazy and dreamy and spiritual, and there's a lot of imagery connected to that. Let's pull some more cards. Ooh, okay, look at that. We have Pegasus coming out. So there's some magic to be had for both divine feminine and divine masculine. And that's going right here in front of this unrequited love, this distortion within this connection, this bond, and this union. All right, so we have a Temperance coming through, balancing, and we have the Death card, or the Phoenix. And you know, it's interesting that this comes out, and this could be for divine feminine or divine masculine, okay? These could be interchangeable, as this is a general read. We are having the Scorpio full moon on the 6th, 7th of May, and this is the Scorpio card right here. So I would say both divine feminine and divine masculine are having a bit of a purge, a shedding of skin, a shedding of being. And you know, this could be a little traumatic, just depending on how this is playing out, but it's you know, the Phoenix in its own ruin rising from that, and that's what's going on. And there's balance coming back in here. So you know, this is going on for both, but this is really strong for divine feminine or divine masculine. I was seeing this more as divine feminine, and this is more as divine masculine, but again, these are interchangeable. So as the divine feminine, this is where, again, through this profound insight, this reassessment, this transformation of experiences going into wisdom, all the destruction, all the pain, all the heartache, she rises from that. She is balanced in the mind, in the heart, okay? She is strong. She is tempered from her travels, from her journeys, you know, with her twin flame. Over here, divine masculine, we have a 7 of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Yes, so divine masculine, coming into that understanding by connecting with the soul of all the repeating cycles in his life, all the patterns of behavior, all the times I've made the same choice hoping for a different outcome and it doesn't come to pass. My failures where I have been expending my energy and it's not amounting to anything, but there is one very special pentacle that stands out for divine masculine, and it's right there, and that's his divine feminine. She stands out amongst the rest, from friends, from other romances, from job, career, all the distractions of 3D life. She is set apart from that energy, okay? And so those of you in separation, that's a big answer for you. You know, whether you are male or female, is right here. There's a lot of energy divine masculine has to work on, these karmic energies, and work through, and that can't hurt and affect divine feminine right there. So divine feminine stands as apart from all the rest, and divine masculine knows that. And you know, in union, if we're still in union, this is where divine masculine is having a deep awakening of his own about the sacredness and connection of his divine feminine, and how through all his failures and mistakes, there she is, you know, always a star in the sky, always supporting him, always helping him heal and move him forward. So divine masculine is being cut deep by the sword of Archangel Michael, to cut away, to purge away all of these energies that have now been complete, these contracts that have been fulfilled. And this is a big time maturing of divine masculine at the soul, a beautiful evolution of the divine masculine energies, and Archangel Michael coming in to help divine masculine with that. All right, let's see the energies in between. So with the Centaur, this would be the Hierophant in a standard tarot deck. Chiron is also going to be going retrograde. Chiron, the wounded healer, and Chiron goes retro in July, I believe, at the end of July maybe. Yeah, and so there's a deep healing that's going to come into play when Chiron goes retrograde, and Chiron will be retro all the way until the end of the year. This is the wounded healer, and you know, through demise, through destruction, through heartache, through pain, you will heal and you will rise again. And you have that here with the Phoenix, and now with the Centaur. At the energies in between, and the Eight of Swords, the restriction, the thoughts, the belief, the energies that held divine feminine back, that's held divine masculine back, that's going to start fading away and breaking away through May, June, and July. Okay, whether we are in union or separation, all the things that hold us back in our personal lives is now being dissolved, you know. And if you, this is really how you should look at it, like this Chiron energy coming to dissolve, you know, these deep-seated wounds in divine feminine and divine masculine, whether wounds of the connection itself, the journey of the twin flame, or, you know, emotional baggage that exists outside of this twin flame union. So Chiron coming in to offer deep, deep healing between July through the end of December. So after this, you know, profound epiphany and awakening for both divine feminine and divine masculine, then this healing energy comes in to carry them both all the way through to the end of the year. So let's pull some cards and look at the lessons attached here. What have we been working on? All right, divine feminine, we have Venus in Libra, indecision. And this is really good because Venus is the ruler of Libra, which is the 7th house, relationships. So divine feminine has really been working on tempering her energy, her thoughts, really harnessing in her emotions and not allowing her emotions to decide for her or to be triggered and to lash out. So divine feminine has really been working hard on harnessing the emotional body and some emotional maturing. And now, you know, with Venus showing in Libra as a lesson, this is where you're getting very solid in yourself, okay? If you're divine feminine, getting very solid within yourself and stable and steady, and no matter how much you care or love somebody, twin flame or otherwise, it's where you will refuse to be a doormat, an enabler, put up with bad treatment or abuse, regardless of soul bond and emotional attachment, okay? So part of the journey that you've been on through twin flame as well as other relationships in your life was to make you much, much stronger emotionally and stand your ground. And you know, tough love, sometimes you do have to say no, you have to walk away, you have to put your foot down, you can't be a pushover. And so that's been a very hard lesson that divine feminine has been working on. Next is Mercury in Scorpio, extremism. And, this is exactly what we've just talked about, putting up with behavior and treatment that divine feminine does not deserve. She needs to become empowered within herself, assert herself, expand her solar plexus chakra, know her personal power. Okay, that is a very heavy lesson that she has been working on, and now the time has come for her to expand into all the work that she has been doing in this area. And remember, we do have the Cancer new moon, lunar eclipse coming, right towards the end of Venus retrograde and right before Mars moves into Aries. And that's going to be a major shift again. So it's starting now with the movement of Venus and Mars and that new moon eclipse. It's powerful. The things that are within, the hidden, the mystery, our emotions, our secrets, it's now coming to the forefront within ourselves, things we've been hiding from within ourselves, as well as now it's time for secrets to be shared, confessions to be given, conversations to be had. All right, divine masculine, we have Saturn in Scorpio, inheritance. Oh, Lord, have mercy on divine masculine with Saturn showing up and sitting in Scorpio. Oh, goodness me. Divine masculine has been going through a lot at the soul, and now Mars moving through Pisces. Divine masculine is wrapping up a major soul cycle, and you see the labyrinth here. This has been what divine masculine has been working on, finally making it to the middle. Saturn is a very slow moving energy, so this is like a 3-year energy that divine masculine has been working with. And under the energy of Scorpio, this is deep. This is going into the shadow of self, and there can be a lot of self-sabotaging behaviors that play out, addictions, bad choices, a lot of emotional reactions and triggers, a lot of emotional baggage that could come with this. And so divine masculine has been working through those energies, okay? And coming into Pisces, it's a wrap up of all of this. So divine masculine is having a lot of deep insights as well. But again, this is at the soul. I want to say it's like a very organic, natural feeling process for divine masculine, where for divine feminine, with the working with the air energy, this is all really playing out in her head, in the mental body, and a lot of information coming through her crown chakra from the higher realms, where this here is divine masculine is feeling it in his soul. Like he feels different. He is connected to something he doesn't understand, and he's really thinking about everywhere he's been and everything he's been through, and that resonates with this 7 of Pentacles. Next out for him, beautiful, we have the Sun in Aquarius, idealism. Now Saturn has just moved into Aquarius, which is a 3-year transit, and it's a very powerful process. Truths coming to light, major awakening, all right? But Saturn is going to go retrograde on May 11th and will be retrograde all the way through September. And as Saturn is retrograde, this is where experience turns into wisdom. This is where what we have lost through trial, through error, through mistake, through it being taken, now returns to us in a new form. Karma is balanced while Saturn is retrograde, and Saturn is in Aquarius, is going to slip back into Capricorn and then go direct in September and not move back into Aquarius till the end of December. So this is a major balancing of the scales for divine masculine, and that's what he's been working on. You see this heavy lesson over here, and this goes at the soul. He's got some dark shadow to face, some emotional baggage to heal, and now after Mars moves into Aries, it's home. the healing comes in. This is a very positive card for Divine Masculine, and you see that the healing, the manna from heaven coming down to the Divine Masculine, and he just feels different, he sees different, he's more in tune with his spiritual self, with his heart, with his soul, and it's not so much about the ego and the thoughts playing out in the mental body, all right? Whereas Divine Feminine, that's where she's at. She's really in this deep assessment and just having such powerful insights, and then you guys are meeting in the astral plane, really working a lot of these energies out. All right, let's see what sits in between. We have Saturn in Aries, risk. All right, so Saturn being attached to the energy and the lesson that sits in between. That's another long 3-year transit, and it being in Aries, that first house, you both have really been learning and discovering who you truly are in a different way. Like, it's a deep discovery, things you didn't know you liked. It's starting to move down a different path, going on different journeys. There's major evolution, maturity, and growth, I feel. And it's like you're finally transforming into that. You've been doing the work. This has been a very, very long journey. 3-year transit of Saturn, and Saturn is hard energy. And that coming through first house of Aries, that's affecting you and the way you perceive yourself. That affects, you and the way you perceive yourself. So Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, whichever side you fall, it's affecting how you see yourself, but in a very positive, powerful way now. Whereas in the past, it may have felt quite to your detriment, all right? So let's pull a card for Mind, Heart, and Soul in Divine Feminine, and then Mind, Heart, and Soul in Divine Masculine. In the mind of the feminine, yes, look at that. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. That is a heavy burden. That is a big, big load. That is a long cycle of lessons that Divine Feminine has been going through, and that's what's in her mental body. And I expect to see that because we have Venus retrograding through Gemini. She's finally going to be able to put down her load because it's all going to make sense. And here in her heart space, we have the Emperor, and look at there. She has become very strong and wise. Come on, camera. Work with me. There we go. She has become very strong and wise and independent on her own. Look at that. She is the queen and king of her castle. She can handle her business. She has emotionally matured. She is standing her ground. She is laying boundaries down. She is no longer tolerating anybody's crap. She knows who she is. She knows her value. She knows her worth. She is coming into all of this understanding. All right, next in the soul, 7 of Wands. So she has experienced many, many lessons. It has been quite the struggle, but here she is, stronger than ever, stronger than ever. All right, over here in Divine Masculine, the mental body, we have the Queen of Cups. So what is on Divine Masculine's mind? His twin flame, the love of his life. He's feeling the connection in the soul, in the heart. He's feeling the dreams. He's remembering some of them. He feels the energy of Divine Feminine all over him. And right here, the twin flame, feminine, all on his mind, okay? That's all he can think about. Next out in the heart, we have the 4 of Swords. So he's healing, he's resting, there's a recovery. And this, for those of you in separation, I would say Divine Masculine is not with anybody else. And if he is, there's no love in his heart for his feminine that he's with right now. There's no love in his heart. There's only one that he loves, and that's his twin flame here. So there's a resting and a healing going on in Divine Masculine's heart and in his soul. 5 of Pentacles, and that goes back to the 7 of Pentacles. All the mistakes I've made, all the things that I damaged and destroyed with my twin flame, with the love of my life, as well as other areas of my life. So this is like divine masculine is really having this wake-up call, this deep accountability for his self, his actions, his patterns of behavior, you know. And if he has been in a situation where he is putting up with bad behavior from divine feminine, he too is growing that strength to assert himself and to refuse that, because there's this higher understanding of that behavior only damages and destroys the love and the bond. And so it's better to be separated than to stay together and slowly destroy the beautiful connection that exists, okay? And then have to work to recover from that. So there is big time accountability happening in divine masculine. All right, let's look at the energy in between. Seven of Pentacles. There's that Seven of Pentacles again. And the Queen of Wands. All right, big time soul growth and evolution. Many life lessons, soul lessons are going to be gained through this twin flame union. And the thing with this is, I feel you guys are always going to challenge each other. You're always going to test each other. You're always going to push each other to the limit, really stretch each other. And again, it's because there's a lot of soul evolution that is meant to be achieved in this connection, in this twin flame journey for this lifetime. So let's pull cards to look at May specifically, June specifically, and July specifically. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is for May. The Page of Pentacles. And the Knight of Swords. Look at that. Look at that. See, that is you guys meeting in the astral plane right there. Oh, communication, conversation in the astral, you know, for all of you. And for some of you, this is also conversation and heart-to-heart conversation in the month of May in the physical, okay? And through these conversation, there is something beautiful manifesting, something very strong, very steady. You guys are making plans. This energy can be trusted. There's great maturing in divine feminine. There's great maturing taking place in divine masculine. And May is all about communication, conversation, and messages in the physical as well as in the astral plane during when you are asleep. Wow. And you know, you probably are telepathically communicating with each other when you are waking. You are as much on their mind as they are on yours right now. Those of you in separation and those of you in union, you guys are really making some solid plans for the betterment of yourselves, for the relationship, and building future together. And it's very solid. It's going to be slow moving. This energy is very slow moving, but it's earth. It's sprouted. It's grown. It's growing roots, and it's only meant to grow bigger and stronger. A lot of potential. All right, going into June, we have the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is always twin flame energy to me, and there you guys are. There's a beautiful alignment in union in the month of June between your energies. Here, the Nine of Cups at the center, happiness, joy, wish fulfillment. And after that, we have the Chariot. So victory, success. Oh, okay. Those of you that are in separation, there is a very high probability that you guys are going to come together and have a conversation, especially by the month of June, because I see so much happiness, joining of twin flames. Those of you in union, the month of June, you could be going on a vacation or travel through these conversations and these plans that you make, there's a lot of happiness and emotional fulfillment happening for you and your twin flame, okay? Now, because this is general, some of you, this communication may only be in the astral, but you'll know that it's happening, and you'll feel your twin flame, and you'll know you're connected, and everything you're receiving is really bringing you into a place of happiness, because we have, excuse me, twin flames feeling very happy, feeling like there is victory and success at hand, okay? So let's go into July. 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. Wow. And man, July is like overcoming your distortion of energy, really coming to be on the same page, no longer a lackful energy flowing between the two of you. And then here, the 6 of Cups, this is another potential time for, reunion, coming back together, and it's very solid moving into the future as the 3 of Pentacles. So May is communication, conversation, realizations, epiphanies, and June is like joining, victory, ultimate happiness, and July is coming together, overcoming the past. So those of you in union, you guys are overcoming some trouble, some challenges that you went through, and some of you, this could be about around finances, and by July everything is totally on track for you guys, and there is this growth and maturity to both of you that wasn't present prior to the month of May. All right, over May, June, and July, there's a lot happening at the soul level. We have soul consciousness coming through, and that's just another confirmation of the fact that you guys are meeting in the astral plane at night when you sleep. And so you are going to feel that. You're going to know that. Write those dreams down. But I see like victory and success happening with twin flames, and just everything starting to finally make sense about this journey and why it's, been the way that it's been. So that is very beautiful to see. All right, so let's pull some more cards. Oh, yeah. This 3 months, May, June, July, many of you in union, you guys are just going to become so perfectly aligned and making solid plans, solid changes, and a lot of love, bliss, joy, and happiness. Those of you in separation, this is a confirmation that there is a coming back together for many twin flames in May, June, and July because of the astrology. And it's those of you coming back in union, it's because you both have completed all your soul work and soul contracts that was required before you could come back together in union. Wow, that is beautiful right there. Okay. In May, look at that. We've got karmic flame love. So this is like the wrapping up of karmic energies, coming into full understanding about third-party situations and karmics and why things had to play out the way they did. Some of you, this could have nothing to do with third-party love triangle situations. This is just karmic energies that you both have to work on that have nothing to do with love and romance or cheating or dishonesty. It's about your soul growth, your life lessons, okay? And that's a big thing. So we're finally talking about this and healing from this in the month of May. In June, look at that, building dreams together. We talked about a vacation, a journey. Here we go. There's a confirmation of that. But also these, building plans, creating a future together coming through very strongly in the month of June. And July, we have acceptance. So this to me is a feeling of, those of you in union, acceptance of the bumpy past that you've had and a full embracing of all that you've evolved into through the course of your relationship. Those of you in separation, This is, again, forgiveness and acceptance for the journey and all the twists and turns it's taken up to this point. And again, for some of you, there is no reunion right now because you have more work to do. But with acceptance coming through, there's a different feeling in your heart and your mind about being separated from your twin flame. For those of you that don't come into union in May, June, or July, because look at, we've got lessons right there. There's still lessons that need to be worked out. And because, you know, this is so deep, you understand it from a much higher perspective. That's why we are in a place of acceptance and understanding and not pushing against the grain, not feeling bad about separation. You will know what it is that you need to finish working on when it comes to yourself, okay? So let's pull some more cards. Okay, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. This comes through really strong for the divine feminine, where she's not putting up with crap anymore. No matter the soul bond or the emotional attachment, she is strong, she is empowered, and she is not going to put up with being lied to, taken advantage of, cheated on, ghosted. Like, she's not going to put up with that anymore. She is really putting her foot down. We're talking about this. We're making these shifts, these changes, these plans. All right. Now here in June, passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. June is an amazing month for twin flames. That's all I've got to say. Wishes, dreams coming true for twin flames right here. Victory, success, travel, plans becoming concrete, something manifesting, feeling very in love with each other, just a lot of passion and chemistry and energy flowing. And look at this for July, flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. So that coming through for July tells me that this energy just keeps flowing forward, July, August. And, you know, those of you that don't come back into union, May, June, or July, this is Spirit saying there's other people that are meant to enter your life in a romantic capacity before you come into full union with your twin flame. And each of these connections is very significant for your life journey, as well as some soul evolution that you may need to receive to prepare you for reunion with your twin flame. Okay, so this is a very beautiful and positive message right here. I love it. This, some of you, it's like the worst is finally going to be behind you, and you guys are just going to fit and understand and flow. And divine feminine, so strong and empowered within herself. Divine masculine, really getting in touch with his heart and his soul and moving from that space rather than, you know, the mental body and the ego. So I'm going to pull a couple cards for those of you who are in separation. Oh, wait. Nope. Yeah, word these. And then I'm going to pull some sweet dreams as some advice to wrap up this reading. Are you ready to forgive me? Yes, see? Whew. Soul, thank you for all you have done and been to me. I've never given you enough credit. This is, I feel this is divine masculine coming through really strong, just because we see what's happening with him. We got another soul. I'm recharging my spiritual batteries right now. Yes, this is exactly divine masculine, because that's a message that already came through, is divine masculine is recharging spiritual batteries. Heart, I realize now just how special you are. Oh my gosh, these are just confirming all that we've already received. Oh my gosh, I'm too afraid to admit the truth to you. Heart, you did not get one ego, not one ego message in here. Yes, divine masculine. This is all from divine masculine. You know, this is a general, so if this is a feminine energy for you and it fits, that's absolutely fine. But just because of the way I read this reading and the messages I picked up, yes, Divine masculine, being connected to what? Heart and soul, not being in that ego. No ego message came out. Are you ready to forgive me? I realize now just how special you are. I'm afraid to admit the truth to you. If I admit the truth, will you reject me? Will you hate me? Will you shun me? Could you ever forgive me? I'm struggling to forgive myself right now. And at the soul, thank you for all you have done and been to me. I've never given you enough credit. I'm recharging my spiritual batteries right now. A lot of work going on at the soul. And even those of you in union, this could absolutely apply just because of the messages that have come out. So divine masculine is all heart and soul right now. That is for sure. Okay, let's pull some advice. Fearlessness. I pay close attention to my heart and mind. I do not allow fear to distract me. Nope. Nope. You got to be strong. And now we have peace. I create peace, prosperity, and joy in my life. Lots of balance coming in. Manifest. My dreams help me to manifest all that I need. And remember, you and Twin Flame are meeting in the astral. Timing. The timing is just right for my dreams, desires, and goals to manifest. Joy. I follow my bliss and accept limitless joy. And lastly, transformation. With the help of my dreams, I am ready to make changes towards a new me. And that is so perfect as the very last message when we're talking about you guys meeting in the astral plane, the major transformation taking place in each of you just in different ways and why that's happening. And boom, here it is. So wow, May, June, and July, a very powerful time for twin flames. Twin flames in union, overcoming a lot of energies and just falling in love again, going on vacation, building a future together, being on the same page, and just this total alignment is so beautiful. It's so spiritual. And then there are a lot of reunions, okay? Or maybe even for some of you, you're about to meet your twin flame. All right? It's just May, June, and July. Powerful energy for twin flame, healing, transformation, soul completion, going to that next level. Oh, it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. So those are your messages. I am sending each and every one of you lots of love and light. Take care.